topic where we'll talk about the threat intelligence in Microsoft 365 Defender. Yeah. Now, we touched base upon this particular topic in the previous session where we talked about threat intelligence is a service, right, which is a combination of your machine learning algorithm integrated with AI. Yeah. Now, threat intelligence service is designed by security analysts as Microsoft to detect signals that are being received and sent from Microsoft 365 tenants. Okay. Then these signals are then classified as good or bad signals. Okay. Then they are further classified as bad signals based on the severity of the activity. Okay. It could be a low alert, it could be a medium, or it could be a high severity activity. Yeah. Not only this, but it also helps you classify the different kind of threats that you're dealing with. Yeah. Whether it's a case of a phishing attack, malware attack, or something like that. Now, this information is then used by all of the Defender technologies like Office 365, Defender for Office 365, Defender for Endpoint, Defender for Identity, and all the other solutions. Yeah. So Microsoft basically maintains a database of all of these, malicious signals, that were classified as bad, right? And this database is also made available to available to you if you want to run any kind of analysis on it. You can do that with the help of KQL queries. Yeah. So if you want to perform some kind of advanced threat hunting, or if you want to take a proactive approach to detect these threats that are out there, you can access this database and run your KQL queries to identify different threats your organization is facing. Right. So, yeah, Microsoft has created this intelligence security graph to help customers focus on breach prevention and spend less on breach recovery. So, taking a proactive approach to detecting the threats out there even before it is, encountered by your organization. Yeah. As I said, Microsoft Intelligence Security Graph powers threat intelligence in Microsoft 365 by consuming billions of signals. Okay. And the signals that are obtained from the intelligence security graph plus any third party feeds are fed into the Microsoft three major platforms, which is Windows, Azure, and Microsoft 365. Then obviously these threats and signals are then classified uh, as malicious, and then there are alerts that are generated for it for all of the malicious activity. Yeah. So Microsoft has already created a lot of alert policies that are classified as informational, high severity alerts, medium severity alerts, and low severity alerts. Yeah. As I said, alerts are typically part of a broader attack and provide clues about an incident. And the Defender portal helps you to analyze and manage and resolve these alerts if and when it is required. Now, you can not only detect these malicious activities and receive alerts about it, but you can set up automated investigation and response to deal with these well known alerts that are out there. Yeah. Because normally your security operation teams can be overwhelmed with the sheer volume of threats they have to monitor and protect against, right? So every time they receive an issue or an security incident, it is very hard for them to manually investigate it. But with the help of AI capabilities, it enables your security team to dramatically increase their company's capacity to deal with these security alerts and incidents. So these AIR capabilities help security operation teams complete the following steps that you see over here, like determine whether a threat requires an action. It will also take some recommendation, right, on the remediation actions against the identified threat. Right. If the threat is a case of a misclassification or a false positive, they can determine whether other investigation should occur and what they should do. Yeah. And again, they'll repeat the process as necessary for all the other alerts. Now, hunting is a very useful tool that is provided as part of the Microsoft Threat Protection Service, right? Now, cyber threat hunting is a proactive cybersecurity activity that will hunt for all the potential threats that are out there before your organization encounters one. Yeah. Now, the goal of this is to identify massive quantities of security signals, right? Or identify threats that are buried under massive quantities of security signals and alert data or aren't flagged by any security products that are out there. Yeah. So this threat hunting will help you to find threats across all of your users, endpoints, email, productivity tools, and applications. Yeah. And yeah, as we talked about it, the threat protection service itself is powered by the Microsoft Intelligence Security Graph. Yeah. This threat hunting capabilities enables your security analyst to effectively access and handle large sets of data, automate monitoring of interesting matches to the new data as well. Now, the question is, how do we perform this threat hunting? Right. So, as I said, Microsoft maintains a database of all of these signals that are still to be classified, or you can say unclassified. Now, with the help of the advanced hunting tools that are part of the Microsoft Defender portal, you can explore up to 30 days of raw data. Yeah. And that can be done with the help of KQL language, which is referred to as a custom query language. So you can create queries like this one, right, to detect an event or activity in your organization. Now, you can also use the threat analytics dashboard, right, which gives you a brief overview about the different kinds of threats that Microsoft security analysts were able to identify in the different Microsoft 365 platforms. Yeah, so you can see all of the latest threats, the high impact threats, the highest exposures, and so on. Now, you can also view the threat analytic reports, which also gives you insights into the overview of the threat itself and which are the resources that will be targeted through it. The analyst report, these are the security analyst report that are published by Microsoft security team. Any related incidents in your organization or impacted assets will be mentioned over here. It could be your users, identities, endpoints, and so on. Right. Similarly, if the Defender technologies were able to detect any of these activities, this will show up under the prevented email attempts. And yeah, then there will be recommended actions that will suggest certain mitigations and exposure on how you can protect your organization. Right. And as I said, in the Defender portal, you get different kinds of reports that will help you understand whatever security policies that you have set up in your organization is working according to your business requirement. Okay. So you get the license report that provides you information about the licenses your organization has purchased and are using it. We talked about the security report that we get, which is an overall report about the different threats that were detected across various platforms like identities, devices, and application. Then you have the threat protection report, which provides you information about alerts and alert trends, including any of the unresolved alerts and their classification. Then we have the device health and compliance report, which also provides you information about device health and trends along with the status of the Microsoft Defender antivirus. Similarly, we have vulnerable device reports, right? That gives you information about all of the different endpoints that are vulnerable. We have the web protection reports that gives you information about any phishing sites or malware vectors or exploit sites, that should be blocked in your organization. You get firewall reports as well that shows blocked inbound, outbound, and app connections, plus any remote IPs that might be connected by multiple devices or remote IPs with the most connection attempts. Then you have the device control report that also shows you information about media usage. Yeah. Now, finally, as the last topic of this particular module, is where we talk about how you can implement app protection by using the Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps. Yeah. Now, in the previous session, we just had a quick overview about what Defender for Cloud Apps is all about, right? So, just to give you a quick refresher, Defender for Cloud App is a technology which acts as a cloud access security broker tool that helps you determine security related challenges for Microsoft 365 cloud applications as well as third party cloud SaaS applications. Yeah. So yeah, this is the diagram that we had a look at in the yesterday's session, right? So when it comes to cloud applications in an organization, you can have the Microsoft 365 apps, and you can also have the third party cloud applications. Now, these applications can be accessed from devices that is sitting behind your network, that is behind your firewalls and proxy servers, right? Now, since they are accessing the application from uh, uh, within your network, right? All of the logs, or you can say cloud traffic data, will be collected by your firewalls and proxy servers, which can be uploaded into the Defender for Cloud App platform, right? Where you can upload the snapshot of the report, where you manually extract the report and upload it to the Defender for Cloud App platform to identify any challenges with your cloud application. Or you can also set up automatic uploading, yeah, where you create a connection from your Defender for Cloud App portal to your security appliances like firewalls and proxy server. And these logs will be uploaded in a periodic manner, maybe every month, every week, or semi-annually. And then you can analyze these reports directly from the Defender for Cloud Apps, which will leverage the capabilities of threat intelligence service to help you categorize different threats and obviously generate an alert for it. Yeah. Now, if you also want to use Defender for Cloud Apps to detect issues with third-party cloud applications, you can use app connectors to create a connection between your third-party cloud apps and Defender for Cloud App portal. So now, if there is a user who's performing any kind of malicious activity in this third-party cloud applications, that can be easily detected with the Defender for Cloud App portal. Now, deploying your Defender for Cloud App requires you to perform all of these tasks, right? So if you want visibility, protection, and governance actions for your applications, you have to connect apps to Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps. Now, your Microsoft 365 apps are already connected with it. So for that, you don't have to do a separate uh, configuration. Okay. This is for your third party applications or line of business application that might be integrated with your Azure Active Directory. Yeah. Now, you can enable file monitoring that will help you to set up file policies that will help you to detect uh, any misuse of sensitive information on file storage platforms like SharePoint, OneDrive, or any third party file storage systems. Now, there are a lot of policies that you can set up uh, to control file sharing capabilities or implement data loss prevention, right? And that can be done, or these policies can be directly set up from the Defender for Cloud App portal. Yeah. You can also set up Cloud App Discovery, which enables Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps to view your Cloud App usage to see which are the users who are utilizing this application, from what resources are they logging into this application, and so on. Yeah. Now you can control who can access certain applications in your organization, right? And that can be deployed with the help of conditional access app control. With the help of policies, you can personalize your experience. Like if you want to be alerted through text messages instead of email notification and so on, you can set that up. Finally, you can organize the data according to your needs. So you can create IP addresses, tags, and continuous reports and add domains for your business units. Now, as we talked about it, file policies will allow you to define the way you want your users to behave in the cloud, right? So let's say if a user is performing any kind of malicious activity, let's say the user is deleting or let's say mass deleting files from SharePoint or OneDrive for Business. Yeah. Now you can add conditions over here if these files have some sensitive information like credit card number or debit card number or something like that. You can create a file policy that will not only detect this issue and create an alert and notify all of your security admins about it, but it will also take some of the automated governance actions, okay, such as blocking that user account in Azure Active Directory so that they can no longer perform this kind of activity. Right. So there are multiple types of policies that you can create. This was an example of one of them, right? The different types of information that you want to gather about your cloud environment and the type of remediation actions that you want to take. Now, the Defender for Cloud App portal, which is now integrated with your Defender portal itself, right? has a dedicated section for alerts, okay, that are generated by the file policies or any other policies that you have created in the Defender for Cloud App portal, where you can see the types of violation that is going on, right? Some serious violation about some malicious activity that was detected in your organization. There could be some questionable violations as well. In this case, it may not be a legitimate case of malicious activity. It may be a case of misclassification. Yeah. Then you have the authorized violations or anomalous behavior. Yeah. This is mostly cases of false positives where people of your penetration testing team or SOC team are performing or simulating some kind of attack in your organization. Okay. So you can filter all of these alerts based on application, users, and devices. Now, Cloud Discovery analyzes traffic logs against the Microsoft Defender for Cloud App catalog of over 25,000 cloud applications. Yeah. And these apps are then ranked and scored based on the 90 risk factors. Okay. That means to check if the application is meeting all of the security standards, all of the compliance standards, all of the data handling capabilities, all of the legal standards, right? There are 90 plus risk factors that are evaluated for each and every application. And accordingly, it has been given a risk score. Okay. The risk score can be anywhere between 1 to 10. The closer you are to 10, that means the better you are, better the application is in terms of security, compliance, data handling, and all the other services. Yeah. So organizations can generate the following types of reports. As I said, you have snapshot report or continuous report, which is also referred to as automatic reporting. Okay. And the reports can also be created using the Cloud Discovery API. So yeah, you can upload the web traffic logs from your network, pass the traffic data from your traffic logs and analyze the data and generate a risk assessment report according to your requirement. Now, if you've implemented the Defender for Cloud App technology, and if you're facing any issues with Defender for Cloud Apps, you can troubleshoot your way around it, right? So you can use the Microsoft Defender for Endpoint Integration, right? Log passing errors. This is a common error that we face where the log files that you're uploading to the Defender for Cloud Apps are not in the correct format. That helps Defender for Cloud Apps to categorize these log files accordingly. You have the log corrector errors. So whenever you're setting up continuous reporting, there are two kinds of configuration that happens when you want to set this up. Yeah. One of the configuration will happen from your Defender for Cloud App portal to your security appliance, yeah, such as your firewalls or proxy servers. Yeah. The other configuration should happen from your firewalls or proxy servers to your Defender for Cloud App portal. And the configuration differs based on the appliances that you're using or the brand of appliances that you're using. Yeah. So if you have not configured this correctly, continuous reporting may not work and you have to manually upload the logs. Yeah. And sometimes, yeah, you can also encounter discovery dashboard errors, right? And that can be easily analyzed from the alerts dashboard section. Yeah. So yeah, let's have a look at how we can work with Defender for Cloud App Portal, yeah, or Defender for Cloud App Services. So yeah, I'm just going to navigate back to my tenant over here, right? And as you can see, I'm logged into my Defender portal over here. Yeah. Now, there was a dedicated Defender for Cloud App portal, which is still actually active. So just to show you guys, if I open up portal.cloudappsecurity.com and sign in with my correct credentials, which I've already done it over here in the previous session, you can see I'll be logged into the old Defender for Cloud App portal. Yeah. So over here, you can see you have an option to perform investigations for different kind of application related or security related challenges that you're facing with your applications. Yeah. But as you can see, there is a message that is being displayed at the top stating that Microsoft Defender for Cloud App is moving. Yeah. So this portal is now integrated with your Defender portal, which is the one that I was on over here. Okay. So if you want to access your Defender for Cloud App services, you just have to scroll down. And under this, you can see we have Cloud Apps, right? This is where I'll be managing all of my cloud applications, right? So I can open up this Cloud Discovery dashboard. Right? This gives me insights into the web traffic logs that I have uploaded from my security appliances, right? So you can see I've uploaded a snapshot report over here, and it is giving me detailed information about the data that was collected from that report, right? So you can see it is nicely categorized everything in a nicer graphical manner. That way I can understand which are the applications my users are using, right? So you can see there are around 286 cloud applications my users are utilizing, right? Out of which these applications are accessed from 1,835 different IP addresses, and 457 users are independently accessing these applications, right? So you can see the list of applications, the locations from where they're accessing it from, right? The top users who are using this application, and the data, uh, the traffic from high risk apps, traffic from medium risk apps, and traffic from low risk apps, right? The traffic that is from high risk apps is something that you have to quickly analyze and understand which are the applications that my users are working with, right? So you can see the list of all the applications under the discovered app section. And as I said, based on certain legal security and compliance standard, these applications would be provided with an appropriate score. Okay. For example, if you look at this Microsoft Webmail platform, right, it has been given a risk score of 10, as you can see over here. It has been given a risk score of 10. Let's understand why it has been given risk score of 10. You can see this application is meeting all of the general standards. It is meeting all of the security standards as well. For example, it supports encryption protocol TLS 1.2. It supports SAML authentication. You can there is a penetration testing that is performed on that application to determine whether the application is safe or not. It is meeting all of the compliance standards as well. So it is meeting all of the latest ISO marks, right? It is HIPAA compliant, it is FERPA compliant, and so on. Not only this, but it is also meeting all of the legal standards as well. That's why this application has been given a risk score of 10. If a certain application is not meeting all of these requirements, the score will be lesser. Yeah. And you can analyze all of this from the discovered app section. Yeah. Now, if you go under the activity log, you can see the different activities that your users are performing when they are working with these applications. Yeah. So you can see the different list of activities. And if you want to dig deep into any one of the activity, you just have to click on the instance. And now you can understand which is the user who is performing the activity, what are the active incidents, what are the country, the ISPs, the IP addresses. All of this information will show up over here. If you go to policies, and under this, if you go to policy management, right, you will see the list of all of the policies that are created by Microsoft. Okay. And as I said, these policies are categorized based on the severity. Like you have medium severity policies, high severity policies, informational severity policies, and so on. Right. So you can see the list of all of them. Right. And yeah, once you, if you want, you can choose to modify the existing policy itself. Right. So you have an option of editing the policy over here. Or if you want to create a new policy from scratch, you can do it over here. You just have to choose which kind of policy that you want to create. Yeah. Maybe you want to create a file policy, access policy, session policy. You can create any one of them over here. Yeah. And yeah, if any of the policies are generating any kind of alerts, these alerts can be identified from the alert dashboard that you see over here. Right. So you can see this is a risky sign-in activity, right? And this has been categorized as a password spray attack. Right. So you can understand, which is the user who has performed this particular activity, or which is the user account that was targeted as part of this attack, which are the applications that were targeted by it, right? When was it performed, and so on. All this information will be determined, provided over here. Yeah. So you can run your manual analysis to identify whether the activity was actually suspicious or whether it was a case of misclassification. Yeah. Once you identify this, now you can choose to mitigate these alerts, right? You have to classify this alert as a false positive, a benign false positive, or a true positive. So yeah, that's how you can work with the Defender for Cloud App portal, and this will help you to implement